Guess what? You don't need to have 1 million followers or be an influencer on social media to benefit from social media. Today, I'm going to share with you the ways that YouTube has changed my life. I've had this account for a long time. I haven't been very consistent with it, and I'm not even close to 500 subscribers. I think I'm at like 295 right now. So if it can help me, it can help you. And today, I'm going to share with you how. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Christina. I'm a former sales director in corporate turned fitness trainer, and now I'm in the process of launching my next company, which I'm really excited about, but I'm not gonna say anything quite yet, so you'll have to stay tuned for the next couple of videos to really see what that's all about. But I'm really excited for it, you guys, and I think that this one could be really helpful to a lot of people. But today, we're gonna just talk about YouTube because I have found such a hard time trying to just get in front of the camera. Part of it is just I don't like seeing myself recorded. I don't love hearing the way I talk, the amount of preparation and work that comes into putting together a YouTube video, not to mention the skills of editing and all that. It is a lot. I really thought, okay, I'm gonna put a couple videos together and like, let's go. But it's really hard, you guys. I have had this channel for a very long time. I wasn't really consistent because it was so time consuming, and there was a huge learning curve that a lot of people here who are like professional YouTubers, they don't talk about the amount of work that goes into just everything. And I'm not just talking about editing, but even just the filming process, the lighting, the microphones, the scripts. Like there's so many things, you guys, and it can be overwhelming. So hopefully by the end of this year, with me being a little bit more consistent and talking about this new business venture, I really hope that that brings some more people and kind of grows this audience a little bit. For a while, the people who are following me currently are probably more inclined to listen to like the fitness advice that I've been sharing, the nutrition help, or they're just like friends or past clients of mine. And if it is you, I'm so grateful and appreciative that you have been here and you've supported all these videos that I put out. It means the world to me because it gives me a little bit of confidence to continue making more videos. Having the payout of someone say, hey, I saw your video and you're getting really good at speaking or at editing, or I really liked what you had to say. It really does mean a lot because of the work that gets put into it. It can be really hard when it feels like you're talking to crickets. Everyone has to play that game. Every single person has started off at zero here on YouTube. I gotta just remember that, and I hope that, is a reminder for you too on, your journey on YouTube. Okay, let's go through a couple things. I'm gonna break this down into 3 key areas that I've really seen help me on YouTube and how it's transformed my life. So I was in corporate sales and account management for about 10 years. I'm a creative person, but in that role, there isn't very much creativity. It's a lot of client management. It's a lot of sales. You're not in a place where you can really express yourself creatively. So I found that that was a really big struggle for me throughout my entire career. With fitness training, I saw personal training out as an avenue because I was like, I am not learning the things I want to learn. And so me putting those interests on the back burner really sucked. I went to YouTube as a way to be like, I know the way of the future with marketing. I know what people are going to be seeking out, especially in business. I want to get better at those skills. So number 1 was skill development. And if you're sitting here watching this and you're a teacher, but you've always wanted to go into corporate marketing, or if you're someone who's thought about becoming a content creator and leaving your 9-to-5 to do brand deals, YouTube was a really good avenue to allow me to kind of like learn how to make some basic edits. So everything I do on my channel, I do it myself. Do they always look the best? No, probably not. And I'm really hard on myself, and I'm my own worst critic. But I know that editing videos, even if I can't do the most elaborate design, masterpieces, I know that I can at least do something. Getting comfortable with Final Cut Pro took me several years, and there was a lot of relearning. So I would get confused. I'd be like, oh, how did I do that last time? And then I have to go relearn it again. And I'm still learning every single day. So I'll watch a lot of YouTubers to learn how they're doing certain things, or like, how do I get people to watch more? How do I keep their attention? These are all things that matter in sales and marketing, and I can apply these to careers anywhere I go, right? No matter what industry or what role. I think that's important to say that if you desire any type of additional skills that you may not really really be able to do at your full-time job, this is a good platform and avenue for you to explore to be able to beef up your resume. And so my second point, speaking and presentations and just being in front of the camera. Remember, I told you I was so uncomfortable. I hate hearing myself talk. When you're editing, if you decide to edit everything yourself, well, you're gonna spend a lot of time staring at your face, and you're gonna spend a lot of time hearing yourself say, oh, ah. And so you're gonna hear all of the things that you hate to hear about yourself. You're like, oh my God, why did I say it like that? It's just very different because I started to see how other people see me when I talk to them. In public, I don't have a mirror in front of my face showing me the way my face moves. Ever since I was little, I would always say, I'm gonna be a lawyer, I'm gonna be a speaker. I love to talk. I was the girl who always got in trouble in class for talking, and I had to go sit in the hall because me and my friends were laughing too much. That's where I thrive, hence me being in sales, I guess. I didn't develop a professional skill set of speaking. And so I think that it's really helpful to be able to get in front of people and share the ideas that you have, because I tend to ramble a lot. And so I have to kind of cut myself off sometimes, but that's what you learn, how to sum everything up, how to make it easy and memorable for people to digest so that, you take these really complex topics and you break it down super easy. And that's a skill set. And especially if you're in sales like I am, that's important. That's my second piece of advice, is just getting comfortable with yourself, learning how to deliver an important message and convey your thoughts to someone else. That's always gonna be a benefit no matter what. And another way to beef up your resume, basically. And the third thing, I'm gonna label this as creative expression because I don't really know what to label it as. When you're watching a movie or a YouTube video, you watch it as a consumer, you're there to enjoy the content. They are trying to entertain you. There's a lot of fast-moving things happening, but do you ever really stop and wonder, how did they do that? I've always been that type of person. I'll watch something and I always think about how the cameras are moving in the background because I genuinely have no idea. When you go into making YouTube videos, you have to start thinking like that, because if I watch a YouTuber talk about a topic and I'm like, wow, I love the lighting, I love the way she looks, I love the way it sounds, I love the movements that are happening, but then you're like, okay, but how do I actually do that myself? How do I copy that style? That's where you just kind of have to break it down a little bit, and people don't really share a whole lot about that. What I've developed over time is that notion of like, how can I do what they're doing? What are the things behind the scenes that we don't actually see that are contributing to the finished product? Now, if you take that same concept and apply it to anything, creating a business, creating content online, building a house even. Oh yeah, you see the finished product, this beautiful $1 million house, but what were the steps to put it all together and how many people were involved in putting it together? That's one of the cool things that I saw about my journey here on YouTube that I haven't seen too many people talk about. If you are someone who kind of thinks critically or logically, it's helpful because you're like combining both sides of your brain, that creative side, that expression of like, I want to build something really cool and I want my thoughts to come to life, but also like, how are we going to do that? I think that's why I gravitate towards the idea of making a business or having a project where you can, sit down and create something from nothing. I think that's really, really cool. And so that's probably the biggest takeaway on my time here on YouTube, even though I haven't been very consistent, although I'd like to change that. Consuming content like a creator rather than a consumer is going to just benefit you across every business venture that you go through or any corporate job that you have. So yeah, I think that those are the three really, really key points here that I want to make. Number one was video editing, presentations, and speaking and building confidence in front of the camera. And number three is thinking as a creator rather than a consumer of your video, of your business, of everything. It's hard because you're putting a lot of time and energy and effort into learning these things. And because you're learning, it's going to take a long, long, long time. Making one video that's maybe 10 minutes long takes me a week, maybe more. It makes us discouraged a little bit, and we're always worried about what people are going to say or what they're going to think. But when you have a small following, the beauty is that you have the freedom to kind of like refine your message. You can change. Like for example, I was doing fitness and now I'm trying to tease that I want to do something else. I knew that personal training wasn't the long game for me. Like I enjoyed it for what it was, but I do see it as a stepping stone to a bigger type of business. It was my opportunity to learn how to go through those steps of creating a product and getting my name out there, you know, creating content and developing a marketing plan. Like, those were all things that I really wanted to practice, and I wanted to learn how to do on a small scale so that I can do a bigger scale later on. If you have a small following, go into it completely thinking, even if nobody watches this, even if no one cares, or even if I get a negative comment or people hate it, it doesn't matter, because I'm benefiting from this and I am learning something and I'm doing something that I've never done before. And that's pretty cool. And that's the only thing you could ask for, because life is short. If we're spending all of our time in a 9-to-5 job that we hate, and we're spending all of our time being stressed because of what people are gonna say or how stupid you're gonna look doing it, literally no one cares. We just need to take everything as a learning opportunity and say, hey, this is all for me and for bettering myself. If you're one of the lucky few like I was, where these skill sets translate into corporate work too, you've got nothing to lose, because it's not like you're leaving your 9-to-5 and pursuing YouTubing, being a YouTuber full time. It's just a hobby, just like every other hobby. I really, really hope that that shifts your perspective slightly on why tackling YouTube, which is a big hurdle to tackle, versus doing, you know, Instagram or TikTok or other things, but why it's so important and why you should just start. Even if you have a small following, it doesn't matter. Go into it, because no one cares. So if you guys agree with any of the comments that I've made so far, or you know, you want to share your YouTube channel down below so that we can all follow each other, let me know. Comment down below your YouTube handle. Is that what it's called? Your username? And let's be friends on YouTube and hopefully encourage one another to just start, to make those videos and learn those skill sets and hopefully become better people through this entire journey. Stay tuned for my next video. I will be posting a couple more after this, where I'm detailing a little bit more about this new business venture that I'm really, really excited for. Hope to hear from you soon. Comment down below, subscribe, let's be friends, and I'll see you in the next video.